Hello, guys. This is Moses Msioki, your financial advisor from Forthwell Insurance Agency. Last time we looked at financial planning as an important aspect of savings. Today we are going to look at one of the pillars of financial planning, which we call budgeting. Budgeting is very important to us for financial planning so that we can know how much money we have to put aside for our needs, how much money we need to put aside for our wants, and how much money we need to put aside for our savings or debt payment. So before we go deeper into the rules of budgeting, because there are several rules which can be used for budgeting, we want to understand first what is wants, what are needs, and what is our savings or debt payment. So needs are those things that we need to survive, our essential things in life. Those are transport, rent, mortgage, food, and also payment on interest rates of loans, not the principal, but the interest rates, and also insurance, medical insurance, life assurance. Those are needs. Those are things that we really need to get by in life. Then we have the wants. Wants are things that we can have, but we can live without. Things that we want, but we can live without. Wants can be the internet, payment for internet, going out on a Friday, traveling out for holidays, going to buy shoes, taking your friends out. Those are things we want, but we can do without. Then the savings. Savings are those now the money we put aside for our long-term goals and short-term goals, the emergency savings and the long-term savings and the pension plans. Those ones are our savings. So we have three aspects of budgeting: things that fall under our needs, things that fall under wants, and then savings. So there are several budgeting rules that we can use to set up a budget for our home and for ourselves. And because we're saying there are several rules because of the flexibility and the need of each family is different from each other. The first rule that is widely used and widely known is the 50-30-20 rule, which says 50% of your income should go to your needs. That is rent, mortgage, transport, food, insurance. Insurance comes under medical insurance, life assurance, such stuff. Then now, and motor insurance, those are needs. Then second, the 30% goes to your wants. Now, wants are those things that you can live without, as we said. Wants can be your internet subscription, can be a DSTV subscription. It can be your money for going out on weekends and your traveling expenditures. Those fall under wants. Then now we have the 20%, which goes to savings or debt payment. So the 20%, we also split it in 10-10. 10% goes to long-term savings, 10% goes to emergency savings. So that rule is called the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. 50 goes to wants, needs, 30 goes to wants, 20 goes to savings or debt servicing. So sometimes this rule doesn't work for us. There are people who have higher expenditures than the rest, people who have larger families or have bigger debt payment or have got bigger expenses generally in life. You can use the 60-20-20 rule, which says that 60% goes to your needs, 20% goes to your wants, and then 20% goes to your savings. So this is one of the other rules that you can follow. There's the 50-30-20, then there's the 60-20-20, which says 60 goes to wants, 20 to needs, 20 to savings. So sometimes that one does not work because we have bigger obligations, more obligations on our plate. So we cannot use the 50-30-20 rule, or we cannot use the 60-20-20. So sometimes you can go for the 70-20-10 rule that says 70% of your income goes into needs, 20% of your income goes into wants. So you reduce the amount of wants that you can have, and then 10% goes to savings. We always say no matter what happens, you have to keep saving. So how do you juggle the rules? You juggle by rules by reducing the number of wants, the percentage in wants, and increasing the percentage in needs. So if your needs are higher, you can choose the 60-20-20 rule. And if you find that it's not working for you, you can use this 70-20-10 rule. But also you can always change the rules according to your expenditures. So to know which rule works best for you, you need to sit down Understand what are your needs. Say, food, I use this much. Rent, I use this much. Transport, I use this much. Insurance, I use this much. Uh, Debt payment, I use this much. Those are needs. Then you add all of them. Then you say, okay, what do I want? My internet subscription is this much. My TV subscription is this much. This is how much I want to use on weekends. You write it down. Then from your net income, you see how much percentage is taken up with the needs. Once you total them up, you see how much percentage is that. Then you see your wants, how much percentage is that. Then savings, how much can be taken up with savings. So you have to keep changing your budgeting rules according to your needs and specifications as you grow older, because obligations keep getting bigger and bigger. And as you get your family, you cannot use the same 50-20-30 rule, 50-30-20 rule, because things keep changing. So for you to start your financial journey, you need first to do the budgeting, which I've just told you. Even before I sit down with my clients to talk about a child trust or to talk about a life cover, I always tell them, can we just do a budget? Can we sit down and understand from your net pay, how much goes to your needs, how much goes to your wants, and how much can you save? Now, once we do all these calculations with my prospect or with my client, then that's how much we understand now. Right now, my client can save 20,000, 30,000, 5,000. Now from there, we realistically can see how much we can put into savings once we do a budget. So whenever you sit with a financial advisor, I would recommend first that you talk about your budget so that they understand how much you can put into savings, because most of us start saving without understanding our budget. And then at the end of it, we find that the saving process being tedious and we end up giving up because we've never understood our budget. You can reach out to me anytime, call me, book an appointment. We go through the budgeting process. We understand how much you can save and what type of saving you need. Or maybe even you don't need a savings first. You need to pay off debt before we can do savings. So learn to do your budgeting, then you learn how much you can save.